Let's talk honestly, because women deserve more than whispers when it comes to their bodies, their desires, and their pleasure. Female orgasms are not myths, not mysteries, and certainly not bonuses. They are your right, and science gives us tools to get closer to them, not just emotionally, but physically. The body is wired with nerves, sensitivity, and intelligence. Understanding what it responds to isn't selfish, it's smart. One of the most empowering things a woman can do is to explore what brings her consistent pleasure. And guess what? The research is clear. Certain positions stimulate more blood flow, more nerve endings, and more emotional connection. That's not just intimacy, it's biology in action. The position where you're on top isn't just about control, it's about angles, friction, and rhythm. It gives you the ability to stimulate the clitoris directly while moving at your own pace. That's powerful. Another position that works wonders is spooning. It's gentle, it's emotionally close, and it allows for deep, controlled thrusting with constant stimulation of the G-spot and clitoral area. Comfort matters, safety matters, trust matters, and yes, orgasms matter too. Then there's Missionary with a slight elevation of the hips, maybe a pillow or a wedge. This isn't outdated, it's strategic. Science shows that changing the angle allows for deeper, more targeted stimulation of the anterior vaginal wall, exactly where the G-spot lies. It's not about being passive, it's about understanding anatomy. And for those looking for even more sensation, doggy style with a twist, hips slightly tilted or supported, can offer intense G-spot contact. Combine that with hand stimulation or a small toy, and it becomes a full body experience rooted in both trust and exploration. None of this is taboo. It's your health, it's your body, and it's time women stopped being taught to feel shame around what should be empowering. Your pleasure is not optional, it's essential. It's not about performing, it's about connecting with your partner and, more importantly, with yourself. When we talk openly about positions that work, about evidence-based pleasure, we start changing the narrative from silence to science, from guilt to growth. You are allowed to seek more. You are allowed to feel more. And you are absolutely allowed to ask for what your body deserves. For too long, female pleasure has been overlooked, minimized, or treated as an afterthought. In many cultures and conversations, women's orgasms are seen as a bonus, or something that may or may not happen, instead of being a natural, essential part of intimacy. This mindset needs to change. Women deserve to experience the full range of pleasure their bodies are capable of. Scientific studies have confirmed that female orgasms are not just for fun. They contribute to emotional well-being, lower stress, improve sleep, and even support pelvic health. Yet society often teaches women to suppress their desires or feel embarrassed about asking for what they need in the bedroom. The truth is, female pleasure isn't something to be earned, it's something to be embraced. Every woman has a right to understand her body, communicate her needs, and feel empowered in her sexuality. When we stop treating women's orgasms as optional or secondary, we not only honor their health, but also strengthen the bond and satisfaction within a relationship. It's time to shift the perspective from silence and shame to validation and value. The female orgasm is real, powerful, and absolutely worth prioritizing. Not sometimes, but every time. Scientific research has provided valuable insights into how specific sexual positions can enhance female pleasure by targeting sensitive anatomical areas more effectively. It's not just about what feels good, in theory, it's about understanding how the body physically responds to stimulation. For example, the woman on top position gives her control over depth, speed, and angle, allowing for more consistent clitoral stimulation. That's not only empowering, it's biologically effective. In the spooning position, the emotional closeness promotes trust and relaxation. while the angle of penetration can stimulate both the G-spot and external erogenous zones with ease. It's comfortable, connected, and often more enjoyable for those who prefer slower, deeper movements. Elevating the hips during Missionary, even with something as simple as a pillow, can change the angle of penetration, making it easier to stimulate the G-spot, which lies along the anterior wall of the vagina. Modified doggy style, with slight adjustments like supporting the hips, also aligns the body in a way that targets deep internal pleasure zones while allowing room for clitoral stimulation, either manually or with a toy. These aren't just tips, they're tools based on human physiology and proven response. When used intentionally, they increase the chances of reaching orgasm, making the entire experience more satisfying and fulfilling. Control, comfort, and communication are the foundation of a fulfilling sexual experience, especially when it comes to female pleasure. When a woman feels in control of her body and the pace of intimacy, she's more likely to relax, explore, and tune into her sensations. Control doesn't mean dominance, it means having the freedom to express needs, shift positions, or slow things down when necessary. Comfort, both physical and emotional, plays a crucial role in allowing the body to respond naturally. If a position causes strain, discomfort, or emotional tension, it disrupts arousal and makes orgasm less likely. Feeling physically supported, whether it's using pillows, adjusting angles, or creating a relaxed environment, encourages the body to open up and respond. Communication ties it all together. Talking openly with a partner about what feels good, what doesn't, and what could be improved isn't just helpful, it's necessary. Many women don't reach orgasm simply because they don't feel safe or heard during intimacy. Creating space for honest, shame-free dialogue allows both partners to adjust and connect on a deeper level. Pleasure is not just physical, it's emotional, psychological, and relational. When women are given the space to feel safe, confident, and understood, their capacity for pleasure multiplies naturally. Sexual empowerment starts when women are given the space and permission to understand their bodies without judgment. Too often, conversations about female pleasure are avoided, whispered about, or dismissed altogether, creating a cycle of silence that leads to confusion and shame. But education changes that. When women learn about their anatomy, how arousal works, and which kinds of touch or movement produce stronger sensations, they gain confidence. That confidence leads to exploration, communication, and a higher chance of sexual satisfaction. Talking openly about sex without embarrassment teaches women that there's nothing wrong with wanting more. In fact, wanting more is healthy. It's not about being too much. It's about being honest with what the body craves and deserves. When shame is removed from the conversation, space is created for curiosity, experimentation, and real intimacy. Empowerment doesn't mean knowing everything. It means having the courage to ask questions and seek better answers. Whether it's through personal experience, trusted resources, or open dialogue with a partner, every woman deserves to feel informed and in control. Education replaces fear with clarity and replaces guilt with growth. The more women know, the more they own their experiences, and the more satisfying those experiences become. Knowledge is not taboo. It's liberation. The journey to female pleasure is not a mystery. It's a matter of awareness, confidence, and open communication. Understanding the science behind what brings pleasure, exploring positions that stimulate the body effectively, and removing the shame around sexual needs are the keys to unlocking a deeper, more fulfilling experience. When women feel empowered, informed, and in control, they are more likely to experience not just physical satisfaction, but emotional connection and self-respect. Pleasure is not a luxury. It is part of health, happiness, and self-worth. Every woman deserves to know her body, trust her instincts, and pursue what feels good without apology. Your pleasure is not just possible, it's powerful.